Hey guys, it's Karl. So one of the last vids of 2023, this will be my tech gift guide. No specific price range. This is just the tech that I've loved for the past year that I've used. That's part of my daily tech setup. And obviously, if you want to gift it to someone, this is the place to check out. So just like all my other gift guide episodes, one of these items will actually go to one of you peeps. So just make sure you're subbed to the channel. Obviously, leave a comment down below. Don't fall for the YouTube spam. Follow me on Instagram, X, that's my verified social site, and we'll correspond shipping info after Christmas into the new year, probably when I'm back from CES. Let's hop into the first item, which is just the tech that I use the most, which is my smartphones. So I've got three main devices. Since I am primarily an Apple user, I edit mostly on Final Cut. I've been drawn into that Apple ecosystem, the black hole. So the 15 Pro Max is the one that I use. Obviously the larger size, just because of the battery life, I prefer it over the standard or the smaller 15 Pro. It also has a slightly longer focal range over on the telephoto, which I love. Still in smartphone, videography especially, iPhone video is just kind of unmatched, and I find that it just works the best. You can shoot in Apple ProRes RAW. Once again, if you're drawn into the ecosystem, it is kind of tough to leave. For Android, my favorite device has been the Galaxy Z Fold 5. I just love the larger form factor. It's probably one of the best performing Android phones, and I love, like I said, that form factor of the Fold. So you have obviously the screen or the cover screen on front, and to watch content, to do all the stuff that you want with a larger display, it's nice to just have one device. You don't need to rock a tablet and a phone. You can do everything in one. D-brand skin on here, which I'll get to in a second. And I will say Samsung is actually hosting their next Unpacked event a bit earlier next year in January, mid-January. So we should see the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, their new updated flagship, so stay posted to that. And with that flagship, it'll probably come with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which this phone has. So this is the first phone featuring that. This is the iQOO 12 Pro. It is a partnership with BMW Motorsport. I'm a huge car guy. I do have the BMW 1M, which is my baby. I drive it daily in the winter when I'm not driving my GT3. And yeah, it's just a solid phone. It's the next level flagship, like I said. It's got that nice BMW M Motorsports colors on the wallpaper. Solid device. I've used it most recently. It's just what's come into the studio last. And I will say these are my three faves so far for the year. Speaking about the D-brand skin, so this is the Jerry Rig Everything new X-Ray D-brand collab. If you haven't been following in the tech space, there's this entire legal battle between Jerry and Casetify, who's been using their teardown skins as just printed cases. Huge, I guess, YouTube tech drama. Weirdly enough, Casetify is a multi-million, maybe even billion-dollar company. The fact that they're doing that is just beyond me. So there is a legal battle going on. So with his new skin, you can see that I actually have it on the Galaxy Fold 5, like I mentioned, on my MacBook Pro. This is the 14-inch M3 Max. So this is obviously the device that I use probably the second most out of the arsenal. It is theoretically in their new space black colorway. I do have it covered by the skin. If any of you were wondering, it's essentially a glorified space gray. It is not a true deep black. It's just still a gray in my opinion. It's an absolute beast. It's what I use to churn my content when I do travel, which is quite a bit this year. And I am liking the 14-inch form factor, especially for traveling, but sometimes I do wish the larger screen size of the 16-inch, which my M2 Max is still behind me. I kind of go back and forth, 14, 16, I switch back and forth. Let me know if you're a larger laptop or a smaller laptop person down below. So still with my computing systems, I still have to have a Windows gaming PC, just because obviously gaming on PC is the best way to do it. So this is the Starforge Systems Voyager 2 Elite. This thing is an absolute beast. I will say this is a pre-built PC. I just honestly don't have the time to build out my own PC. I know it doesn't take too long, but if you're looking for an out-of-the-box solution, this is one of the best that you can get. So this is pretty much the top-end spec. It's got the latest Intel Core i9. It's got the RTX 4090. It also has 64 gigs of RAM, the two sticks, which you see here. It's nicely lit up, which you can tell. It's got all of the RGB lighting. Overall, it's just a nice, solid looking machine. Obviously, it comes in this nice case. You can also swap these out to three different style cases that they also sent over. I'll let you guys be the judge of which one is your fave. I'm kind of digging the, I guess the anime, the purple one. This one looks pretty cool, but since I do have extra ones, I'll be shipping out one of these as well as an extra giveaway bonus since I can't use all three. So just let me know down below, and one of these hefty PC custom cases is coming your way. Like I said, for actual gaming, this thing is an absolute beast. I'm crushing any AAA title. I've actually been catching up a lot on Hogwarts Legacy, even with ray tracing on at the highest settings. I'm easily getting over 200 frames pretty much for every game that I've been on. Not saying that it helps me in things like Call of Duty, because I still absolutely am trash, but I'm giving myself the best possible chance. So if you're in the market for a new PC, you want something pre-built, you maybe just don't have that extra time to build out your own, I can't recommend these guys enough. They're solid. So last on gaming, even though I am on the Starforge systems, I still am a diehard controller player, and I love the Xbox Series 2 Elite controller. You can customize it in kind of all these different configurations. They're calling this their orange, which I still think is a bit muted, but I absolutely love the look of this custom controller. I've got Elite 1337 on the front. It has the bits of orange and obviously the white and black, which I think makes it look like one of the sleekest controllers out there. I do prefer this over the PS5 controller, and there's just something so relaxing about actually playing on a console controller, just way better than mouse and keyboard. You get the aim assist also on first-person shooter games, so any of that extra help I use, and I'm usually on this. So next, obviously has to be luggage, because I travel so much. So DB Journey is stuff that I've used throughout all my travels. I think I clocked in like 130,000 miles, like just Air Canada this year. These are little tech travel packs that I use mostly to store my essentials, like my smartphone, like my wallet, like my passport. They also have an entire new luggage line that just launched. I have their new ones like in orange. Took them with me around the world. I was like in Greece, traveled around. They have two different options, like a pro version with like aluminum around the outside, or just like polycarbonate for the shell to keep things a bit cheaper. They're honestly super sleek. I just get compliments all the time. They perform well, which is what I like. And if you need a gift for anyone that travels a lot, once again, cannot recommend this brand enough. So this next one, it mixes tech with fitness, which I'm really into. This is the Theragun Pro. So I've used Theraguns in the past. They have a couple different models, but this Pro gun is kind of new to me. There's a ton of new features built into this. This is essentially a recovery tool that gives you deep tissue massages, but this one, for example, also has light therapy, it has heat therapy, it's got a biometric sensor, and if you actually download the app, you can go through a bunch of guided recovery techniques. So as an example, this LCD screen here is quite new, so you can see the different vibration numbers that you can go up to. It also has heat therapy, like I mentioned, and light therapy, which kind of comes out from this little LED light at the front. So as an example, say I injured my arm here, I can actually just kind of hover this around my arm, and you can kind of give as much pressure as you need. And for someone that receives quite a few massages, I still work out quite a bit, this is something that you can just do to yourself and not pay that extra money, 150. Oh, that feels actually really good on the neck, and I can feel the heat actually. Oh, I can just do this for hours. Got a video to make, come on now. Great little tech gift, honestly, for those that are into fitness or just like to, give themselves a bit extra recovery. There is a ton of different heads also inside of this pouch, which you can kind of choose from depending on the massage depth that you want. And yeah, overall a solid tech gift that's a bit on the athletic side. So for my camera upgrades, I haven't really upgraded my Sonys, so it's still the A7S III's on most of these cameras, all three angles right now, and the same lenses. I'll leave them all listed down below. But the Insta360 has been a new addition to my camera game for unique angles and just creating little social bits. This has actually been so much fun creating. I've created multiple campaigns using this. You can stick this in the weirdest places, come up with the most creative angles, maybe not the most flattering ones. I used to put this in my mouth and create some really weird looking stuff. And surprisingly, for the weird angle, the footage honestly looks great, especially if you're just uploading it to social. It's just got a spot in the camera bag now, and it's easy enough to just throw into your pocket even. So microphone wise, I've honestly loved these from Anchorworks. I've actually used them way more than I thought. The quality has been really good. So I usually have this hooked up to a lav that goes underneath my shirt that I tape to my skin, but they're better than the DJI ones that cost more money. They just kind of work out of the box, and I think this is one of the cheapest wireless lav options that you can go for. You're given 2 different channels, so you can actually mount this to someone if you're doing, say, like an interview, or if you forget to charge one, which I always do. You can also connect them to your smartphone with these handy little connectors, and like I said, if you're looking for a new audio solution, once again, I've used this a ton over the past year, super solid. 2 other audio stuff that I've used a lot. So for earbuds, honestly, the Sony WF-1000X Mark Vs have been my go-to in-ear earbuds. These actually have memory foam ear tips. That's why I like them so much and make them super comfy. And for just some Bluetooth audio, this is just a Marshall speaker. It's the Willen, and just for a small Bluetooth speaker, like I mentioned, I usually have this in my golf bag or just anywhere that I go that I just need a bit of extra sound. Sounds better than what you get out of a smartphone. It kind of clips to anything with this nice little loop here on the back. It's water and dust resistant, and it doesn't cost too much money, so you can't really ask for anything more than a small Bluetooth speaker. And last but not least, any, I guess, gift guide or tech episode for me wouldn't be complete without this little guy. It's the Manfrotto mini tripod, which I carry with me everywhere. It's the cheapest item that you'll probably see on the list, like a stocking stuffer, 25 bucks if you're a creator. If you're anyone that uses anything with a 1/4-inch connector, like a camera, like a smartphone with a little connector, like that Insta360, this is your like go-to friend with its articulating head. And the most low-key piece of tech that I didn't think I would like, but really changed my mind for the year, have actually been these Ray-Ban Meta glasses. They're actually really, really cool. So this has a built-in camera. They're not augmented reality. They're just smart glasses. So I got these on the trip when I went to Hawaii with Snapdragon. They're powered by their Snapdragon mobile chip. And what makes these great, they have this little built-in camera on the side, and the quality on them is actually half decent. So the lenses on these, you can either get sunglasses. These are actually the transitional ones. So when it's obviously too bright, they get darker. Since I'm inside in a studio, you can still see my eyes. I will be bringing these with me to CES. It just records content with a tap of a button on the side. So obviously just click for a photo, and holding it down now, I'm recording a video. You can see my hands here. I'm looking over to Nick. He's shaking his head because he actually doesn't like them. I think they're pretty dope. The quality on them surprisingly is good for hands-free footage, for the amount of content that we all consume and produce these days. I think these are a solid little kit, and like I said, maybe the most impressed with and surprised with for tech this year. So anyways, that is pretty much my favorite tech of the year. Some interesting gift guide ideas. Let me know which one your favorite is down below. Remember, one of the items plus that extra Starforge case is heading over to you. Honestly, just thanks for putting up with my face over the year. There's been a lot personally for me. I got married, building a house. I'm hoping that it gets finished next year, so big updates for that. New studio taking place, and it's just been a solid 2023. Can't wait to crush it again in 2024, and hope to see you all in one of my next vids then. Peace.